Hey, so I wanted to put a quick video together. Something a bit different this time. Normally, I do fairly scripted things about vulnerabilities or sometimes even the podcast. But I actually just wanted to talk about something I was looking at today. So um, I managed to get hold of a load of these CDs. I don't know how easy they are to see. As I said, this is fairly unscripted. Uh, Equipment might break. Let's hope not. It might not even be a good video, to be honest. If it's not, then I won't release it. Yeah, it might just be a couple of minutes as well, depending on what we find. But we've got these CDs. They either came from a friend of mine, they're mine, or I found them on the street, depending on which one gets me in less trouble. So yeah, a load of old, like CDs with various bits of software and tools and things. I thought it'd be kind of fun just to go through it, see what was on them. These CDs are probably 15 or so years old. Um, I think around 2005 probably. Um, so some of these CDs are labeled CD zero, CD one, and there is a list of software here that's on them. Some kind of old but kind of interesting stuff. So things like versions of Photoshop, like old versions of Cubase. But then even some, yeah, we got a mix of like Office, Monopoly for some weird reason, um, Ollie Debug, an old version of Ollie Debug. So yeah, it seems like we've got a mix of kind of cracked software and maybe even just some open source tools. Soft Ice, wow, wow, I've not, I've not used that in so long. This is crazy. Um, Atari classic games. They've got what else? Yeah, lots of Hacker's Dream, Soft Ice, Hex Workshop, tools to crack software. Ida. um, Also alcohol. Wow. So alcohol, I don't know if anyone remembers that. We used to use that back in the day for like burning CDs and things, burning ISOs to CDs, like for backup purposes, of course. What else we got? Duke 3D, nice. Visual Basic 6. So these would be kind of cool to go through. I'm curious how many of these things actually have malware installed, because I would imagine whoever was using these when they were younger probably was just installing them like on all their machines without thinking about it. So I guess we'll see about that. Some of these though, you'll notice are actually, so these ones are interesting. Hacker CD, more hacking tools. Now these ones have different handwriting. Potentially my handwriting, I might not be as organized as my friend, so I don't actually know what's on these ones. So these will be interesting to look at. We got some. This one says random music. Might be kind of interesting to see what kind of stuff we were listening to back then. Windows XP, Windows Vista. Oh, I might actually put that in a virtual machine. That'd be kind of cool. So yeah, let's start taking a look. I think first I'm gonna take one of these CDs and maybe just scan it for malware, see if it picks up anything. Yeah, let's start with CD13, just because it's the first one that I had. Let's see if it even reads it. I mean, these are pretty old, and sometimes like the dye on these can wear out. So CD13, Super Win PE Plus 2004 version 6.ISO. From memory, this was a live, like recovery. I think recovery CD used for like Windows. So let's see what the internet says. Super WinP Plus 2004 multi-bootable all-in-one CD. This is multi-bootable CD, which put 4 different versions of Windows pre-installation environment onto one single CD. So XP Service Pack 1, 2003, ERD Commander. Yeah. So yeah, let's see if that mounted. Yeah. Okay, there we go. So at least it seems to have read it. Super wimpy, yeah. Okay, so it's, I guess it's unlikely there's going to be malware in this one. But yeah, let's. I mean, I'm only going to use Clam AV. All right, so let's just update Clam AV first. Not that it really matters, I guess, because you know, these if there is any malware on here, this is going to be pretty old, right? Okay, cool. So we should be able to do now the clam scan, I think. So while we do that, I'll just explain a bit about the system I have here. So as I mentioned, I've got a second Linux laptop here. Obviously using that to look at things, because if there is any malware here, it's going to be aimed more at Windows. So we're running that on Linux just in case I accidentally execute something. I've also got a virtual machine on this if we need to use it. So if we want to look at any of this software, we can put it in the VM, and that VM won't have network access. So again, I don't know what we'll find. Maybe something interesting, maybe not. Okay, so that took a while. Interesting to see that we have 16 infected files here. Yeah, I wonder what this is. WinTrojan 3270387-1. So at least a few bits of malware. Be interesting to look at exactly what this one does, and whether it's a false positive. Maybe it's a false positive. Let's try another one. So check this, and which one did we say it was going to be? Let's try CD. Well, I think we said 10, didn't we? But this one cannot, probably not be read. So let's try another one. Let's try CD8. Okay, let's try doing another. Let's try doing another malware scan. Is that Windows 3.1? Nice. So, do you remember having to download these shady cracks? I always loved the text files that came with them. Sometimes you'd get the keygen, you'd run it, and you'd get some awesome chip tune as well. Okay, so I'm back, and we can already see. Here we go. 7 files infected. That's a lot less than I was thinking, actually. Some Trojans. Yeah, so this must be a Trojan in, I assume, Windows 11. Windows 3.1. Windows for Workgroups. Yeah. So a few there. But the rest is, I'm surprised to be honest about how many actually seem to be okay. There was another one up here. Yeah. So definitely be careful. I mean, this is pretty maybe pretty late if you're using these files, but be careful about downloading you know, pirated software. It's actually a really good technique to get malware installed on people's devices. Okay, so let's look what else we have. So rather than going through all the other ones, as I said before, the ones that I'm most interested in are these hacker ones. So yeah, and maybe like the Windows XP and Vista as well. See if they were backdoored. But yeah, let's take a look at these and see what's on them. I think I remember. Oh, well. Maybe that gives away that that maybe I didn't find these. Okay, so obviously another day, another t-shirt. I'm having some camera issues today, so I hope that doesn't become too distracting. If it does, I might need to change cameras, but we'll keep going because I want to look at Hacker CD because that sounds fun. Okay, so let's see firstly if it can be read. Okay, so it contains a few ISOs and some PDFs. And some tools. Aircrack. Netcat for Windows. Check out this README. Must have Netcat, the hacker's Swiss Army knife. Port scanner. Yeah, okay. In fact, I wonder if we do. Let's try starting with a virus scan. All right. So while this happens, oh, here we go. Keygen potentially contains some malware. I mean, these hacking tools sometimes get picked up as malware, so it's not always easy to tell that they've been backdoored. But yeah, let's take a look at these ISOs. I'm going to copy them over to my system, and then we'll go ahead and mount them. Okay, hasta la vista. So it contains start.exe. Let's take a look at README. So this is no event shall the astalavista.com group be liable for any damages. So for those that might not be aware, Hasta La Vista was a like hacking website back in the day, astalavista.com. We'll take a quick look at the quick Google, see what they say. So here, astalavista.com, the underground or the world's most popular information security portal, used to run 2003 to 2006. So reading about some of these old hacker websites and things is definitely getting me a bit more nostalgic for the older days. So yeah, interesting. An interesting article here, which I might take a read out later. So this is what it would have looked like. Okay, so let's see what was on this CD. Now imagine if we do a malware scan. Here it's going to pick up loads of stuff. But I wonder if the start.exe is going to be picked up as malicious. And I mean, ClamScan isn't the most feature-rich malware scanning tool. And then it might be fun to let's see if we can mount this ISO and see what happens if we run it on Windows. Go back to our VM. Okay. Dare we? Okay. Let's just make sure that there is no network connection on this VM. Let me see. Devices, network settings. Not attached. Okay, cool. And we'll burn this VM afterwards. Does not support Netscape. Use IE or Opera. So it looks like, but this is IE. Maybe it needs an even older version. Wow. Okay, so to the time, got XP running. I hope first time it's booted. That's a good sound. Okay, so let's try and we'll just close this one. Power off. Sure. Okay, and let's try and mount. Let's try and mount it here. And let's see if that works. There we go. Okay, and obviously this VM also has no network connection. Yeah, okay. So let's take a little browse of this. So what do we have? Tools, access control, applications. So some .NET decompilers, Java decompilers. So just a nice, I guess, nice way to browse these files and things. Of course, it's probably easier to just browse the directory, I guess. So, ooh. Would anyone be interested in actually installing these? If you wanted, I could spend some time getting these set up and showing some of these old tools, like back off Orifice. That gives me some pretty good memory. Sub 7. I'm obviously not going to run them on this VM here. No, but yeah, it might be fun to play around with some of these older tools. Okay, so that was this one, but there were two other ISOs on that hacker disk. So let's try mounting those. I'm gonna try doing it in Windows 7, just because Windows 7 is a slightly nicer experience in my opinion. Actually, you know what? Let's keep it on XP for the nostalgia kick. Oh, you know what we should do? That's better, isn't it? Okay, so let's do Let's do Hackers Matrix. This is cool. Oh my god. I think maybe we should mute that. This is how all software should be. Why did we move away from this? So it looks like a very similar thing where it's just a way for us to browse different tools. We have different Trojans. And it looks like it will extract them for you. Would people be interested of me putting these online? I mean, I'm sure it's easy enough to find other versions of them, but I could definitely put them up somewhere. Okay. Look at sniffers. Cool. I think that's probably it on this one, right? There's not much there. We can try doing a malware scan again, but I don't think there's much point. A load of these things are going to be picked up as malware. So let's look at the last one. Which is Crackers Matrix. I guess, yeah, similar by the same team, I guess. Same music. Can people hear that? Okay, this one, it's got some tools. Okay. Also, some tutorials and some examples. So, examples, view solutions. Oh, okay. So it has like a little CTF style game thing, or, you know, practice thing. Where did this come from? Oh, okay. So they would have just ripped it from somewhere, I guess. Yeah, some crack commies and stuff. So it might be kind of fun to play with, to be honest. Maybe I'll do another video of going through some of these older like CTFs or crack commies and things. But tutorials, that looks interesting. Let's see what they got here. So cracking software. Which one shall we look at? Okay, so it's just a text file. So did the other one have tutorials in that I just missed? Let's look at the other one again. Hackers Matrix. That's never gonna get old. Oh, okay, so this one had some tutorials as well. Let's take a look at some of these ones. What do we think? If we look at protocols, information about different protocols. Okay, written in 2000. What is the basics? Interesting things you didn't know about your PC's hardware. Let's find out. So about the BIOS, the clock, hard drives. This is like just general information about computers. Okay. A better way to get Hotmail passwords. That sounds useful. So sending fake mails from Hotmail service. So talk about phishing, I guess. Well, first take the fake screen. It's just a page in HTML format. Well, first the fake screen is just a page in HTML format that I can get from Hotmail login screen or from re-enter your password. Then in the HTML code, you will find something like form target equals blah. Just put the name of my little script in the area, or in a few words, put the name after the equals that is after target. So if the script name is msnpl, it will look like form equals target equals msn.pl. These are the types of tutorials we had when I was younger. Compare that to how things are nowadays with OSCP and a lot of the, even universities teaching some of this stuff. We had, if we were lucky, we had poorly written text files that we would share with each other. So he's providing a sample script here. So is he just describing creating like a phishing page and getting the credentials to be sent to a system? And I guess this is his code that is retrieving that. So yeah, this is his Perl script, I guess. And then storing the credentials to insert into values. Am I right in saying that's going to be vulnerable to SQL injection? It looks like it could be. So don't use this code. Yeah, right. Because if these aren't escaped, and it's just coming from the parameter. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Cool. I think then that's it for this. Well, there was these 3 ISOs, those PDFs, and some training things, which I won't run. They look like they're a bit too, like getting a bit too much trouble. But there is that other disk in here as well. So we'll take a look at that. Let's close up this VM. So I do remember downloading and using these. Okay, let's look at the next one. More hacking tools. So if anyone can see, so this is a CD, and yeah, looks like there's a fair amount of data on it up to here. Probably can't see that. Maybe not, but it's written. You can tell it's written like that much data. So I don't know, what, 500-600 megs. We'll see. Okay, 2005, December 2020, December 22nd, 2005. Okay, Hacking Exposed 3rd edition, Steganos Hacker Tools 7. Let's give that a quick Google. Number Hacker Tools 5 on Amazon. Unavailable. Have a review. So thanks so much. I really don't know what to say here. If I find my post here. Okay, that was like just spam. Okay, so let's try these in XPVM again. Let's see if we can. Before we do that though, let's just try and browse them. So okay. Actually, the other one's similar. Okay, so a security company which distributes hacker programs, don't be surprised. We believe that one can only protect oneself if one is informed. To this end, we have put together 100 of the most dangerous tools. Got some scanners, support scanners. Wow, what an archaic way to distribute software. I kind of love it though. Okay, we got some password dictionaries. Okay, and I guess the other one is probably just a different version of this. Well, let's just take a quick look. So that was 1.51. And this is 7. And it's German. Of course, with Kane enable. Nice. Okay, so I think that's as I said, the rest of the discs here are just going to contain cracked software and other miscellaneous wares. I'm interested to see whether this version of XP has been backdoored, but I might do that later. And if it is, I'll let people know. Otherwise, yeah, that's kind of fun. Nice to go down memory lane and think about some of the old days, see some of these tools again. Um, if people want copies of this, I'm sure it's happy. I'm sure I can share them. Um, just reach out. And if anyone wants to see me play with some of these tools, you can get a couple of VMs and show you what things were like, or what some of the software, like how they worked. We can probably do that as well. Otherwise, thanks.